how to avoid the fourth-headed monster, nursing homes. Oh my. Oh, hey folks, elder law care attorney Patrick Kelleher. Folks, today's question is, will Medicare pay for my nursing home care? And that's the metaphorical fourth-headed monster. And folks, this is a very common question, right? Because the words Medicare and Medicaid look alike, sound alike, and very commonly folks get those two government benefits mixed up and confused. And folks, to answer the question, will Medicare pay for your nursing home care? No, folks, Medicare will not pay for your long-term care, nursing home care, right? This is important to know around Medicare because Medicare, folks, only pays for short-term care up to 90 days, typically max, right? Short-term acute care, such as hospitalization, rehab at a nursing home. That's where the confusion often comes up from my experience, because folks will have a loved one transported to the hospital after a medical emergency and then transported from the hospital a week or two later to a nursing home type facility where their loved one, like my late dad, was doing physical therapy and rehab. Typically, Medicare will cover for that type of care because they refer to that medically, legally, as acute, A-C-U-T-E, acute care, or short-term care, where the person is trying to physically improve their health. They're looking to rehab their injury or whatever the situation may be. Like my dad's situation was a bad fall at home, and they were trying to build up his strength, his flexibility, his mobility, so he could return home to live out his life at home independently. Sadly, that doesn't always happen. And when Medicare sees that the person is no longer improving, they're typically quick to shut the faucet off and discontinue those Medicare benefits, okay? And then they're going to say to your loved one, like I said to my late dad, the nice caseworker came in, I was there that day, and said, Mr. Kelleher, with a clipboard, here's your Medicare discontinuance of benefits notice. Sign right here. And you have a right to appeal if you'd like, because legally folks do have a right to appeal, but it's usually an upward hill battle pushing a big stone. Typically, people do not typically prevail on those appeals. And Medicare will typically look to shut the faucet off fairly quickly, oftentimes long before the 90-day criteria, 100 days max, right? Long before then, when Medicare caseworker reviews the medical notes and the medical providers, the physical therapist or occupational therapist at the facility has notes in there that they feel like you or the patient is no longer improving to their standard. And there's been some case law too, a case out of Vermont a few years back called the Gimino case, where improvement should no longer be a standard Medicare for discontinuing benefits. But from our experience, Medicare still looks to shut that faucet off pretty assertively after the loved one is no longer improving, okay? Preservation should be the new standard, and you can make arguments around that. Say, hey, Medicare, my loved one may no longer be improving. However, they still need physical therapy, rehab in order not to further decline, for preservation of their health. Because without the physical therapy, without the rehab, they're going to further slide on a slippery slope medically, and they're going to decline much faster. So you can look to make that argument under the Gimino case out of Vermont a few years back. So that being said, folks, the distinction, Medicare is short-term acute care, typically no longer than 90 days, typically. Medicaid is for long-term care in the nursing home. That's the metaphorical fourth-headed monster. In my dad's situation, after they shut off his Medicare benefits, they'll say to you, would you like to pay privately $15,000 per month in the nursing home, part of the nursing home, or are you going to look to get on Medicaid, which is government benefits, if you qualify financially? And that's the tricky part, because as you know, if you watch some of my other videos, and of course, if you read my book or attended our educational programs and workshops in the community, you typically have to protect your assets how many years in advance? I'm giving you a big hint here. Medicaid rule, 5 years in advance before ever applying for the Medicaid benefits. The assets have to be put into your trust or your treasure chest. So if you have a house, it has to be transferred into the trust, the Medicaid Asset Protection Trust, 5 years prior to ever becoming incapacitated, 5 years prior to ever applying for Medicaid benefits. Okay, folks? And of course, you need to cross the T's, dot the I's in that irrevocable Medicaid Asset Protection Trust. So folks, I hope this video helped you with the distinction between Medicare not paying for nursing homes and Medicaid maybe paying for the nursing homes if you qualify. Folks, if you found this video helpful, please scroll down, post a question or a comment. And of course, please subscribe because we'll keep you updated with other important elder law topics and matters. And share this video with other folks that you care and love so they can also become informed. If you'd like to get further educated, watch our other videos and go to Amazon because you can pick up a copy of my book there, How to Avoid or How to Slay the Four-Headed Beast of Estate Planning and Elder Law. Folks, Elder Law Care Attorney Patrick Kelleher coming to you from elderlawcare.com.